Comics, gonna give it to you.
What?
Gonna give it to you.
What?
Gonna give it to you.
What?
Where my dog's at? Welcome in to the Bro Force Squad podcast. I am your host, Jeff Hornacek. Those are the two dogs on the leash, Matt Geiger and Brian Banner. We'll meet them in just a second. What we are doing today is one of our world famous movie commentaries for the 2016 hit Deadpool. We are doing this because in our Comic Movie Madness tournament, where we had you guys help us determine what is the best comic book movie of all time, Deadpool has just, as we were recording this, advanced to the final four. And we want to do movie commentaries of the four best comic book movies of all time. So thank you guys at home for doing that. Here's how these work. We're getting shit-faced right now drinking. We have our Deadpool DVD/Blu-ray paused at timestamp 9. So while you get your movie there, let's go around and meet the bros. First off, in his lab, the mad scientist, Brian Banner. Banner, how excited are you to revisit this gory, raunchy, excellent comic book movie film, Deadpool?
I'm super excited. Look, one of the things that carried this movie for me throughout the tournament was rewatchability, so I couldn't be more happy to do this.
And now we go to our Enforcer in the Paint, Matt Geiger. Matt, we're about to get to see Ryan Reynolds get sodomized off-screen. Aside from that, what are some other highlights for this movie for you?
This whole entire movie is perfectly done. As I said, this is the funnest, not best, not funniest, but the funnest movie I've ever seen in theaters. My chimichanga just came out of the oven. I got my masturbation Crocs on. The only thing that's missing is a little bit of that mysterious white cheese on top of the chimichanga. Jeff, back to you.
All right. I cannot top that, so I will not even try to. All right, the Bro Force Squad is about to press play on our Deadpool DVDs at the 9-second mark in 3, 2, 1, play.
My Marvel thing just disappeared, and now ready for greatness.
I remember seeing this in theaters, and I convinced my girlfriend to go with me. She thought it was going to be like your typical superhero movie, and they do a fucking awesome job of letting you know.
Douchebags film.
Yeah, letting you know right off the bat that you're in for something a little bit extra here.
It's pretty hard to laugh through whenever they're just introducing the actors, but this is...
But this is so true, like a hot chick. Yeah, she's in everyone. A British villain. Green Lantern.
So great.
I really like that they were able to make fun of the Green Lantern and the old Origins Deadpool in this. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
That has to be more Reynolds than Miller getting those in the movie, I would think.
100%. Well, I mean, this is like the old bullying technique. Like, you don't want the bullies to make fun of you, make fun of yourself. So Reynolds knows Green Lantern was dog shit, so we'll just steer into the skid.
So Reynolds said that it took him 42 rejection letters to get this movie made. Do you think it's because, I've always wondered this, do you think it's because Fox didn't think it was a good movie, or is it because it's basically shitting on pretty much every X-Men movie Fox has made?
Probably both.
Yes. The answer to your question is yes. Produced by asshats.
Yeah, see, like, that's a dig at Fox. They had to be like, huh.
This podcast started because we're into superhero movies, just everything in general. But this movie dictates who we are, I think. We're into superheroes, but we're also into rated R shit that's funny as hell.
100%.
I love his dynamic with the cab driver here.
It's funny because this is like actually a big part of the movie is them just fucking hanging out. I would go on a haunted Segway tour. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
The cab driver's returning to Deadpool 2, I heard, too.
The cab driver is in Office Christmas Party with T.J. Miller also.
Yes, he is.
And again, this camera shot is a case in point. Why Deadpool works so great is the meta humor. Like,
yes.
That's what he does in the comics. He'll turn to the reader and be like, go ahead, turn the page. Iron Man's on it. And another thing, we have to shit on X-Men Origins Wolverine a lot tonight, but so good to finally see his actual fucking Deadpool costume. Like, was that so hard to do, Fox?
Except for the helicopter scene, right, Banner?
Look.
No.
I like that scene.
His fucking cousin Bandu. We all have a Bandu in our life, don't we, gentlemen?
Yep. We all have a Bandu that fucks our chick.
That snake bastard. He's probably working on it right now behind our backs. You take your eyes off Bandu for a goddamn second and you've already lost. The funniest part about...
Our five grading criteria through March Madness is acting, cast, best scene, story plot, impact on pop culture, and rewatchability. The best scene for me is coming up here.
I agree. You know, this movie had a real disadvantage in the tournament for acting, casting, only because of cast. I thought the acting though was probably some of the best acting in the whole tournament with what they had and what they were dealing with.
Yeah, Ed Skrein, the guy who plays Ajax, did a pretty good... Here he is. Oh, speak of the devil. He did a pretty good job. Again, the movie isn't meant to really give anyone else much of a showcase.
Yeah.
But which is fine. Like, Reynolds is such a standout. We don't really need to see him that much. You don't go to a fucking LA Lakers game in the mid-2000s to see Devin George get the ball.
Yeah.
You don't. I do.
Devin George shoot it up.
Get Devin George the ball.
I have to say that the marketing of this was absolutely fucking genius.
Some of the best I've ever seen.
Okay, a summer movie has to be, you know, poppy for the kids to see, but an X or an R-rated superhero movie could come out on Valentine's Day because couples from 18 to all the way to 40 would want to come see this movie. It was a fantastic marketing idea, dropping this Valentine's weekend in February.
Well, not only that, what they did around Christmas time, they did 12 days of Deadpool, which they released a little bit each time or each day about the movie. It was just brilliant the way they did it. I'm pretty sure that the official movie Twitter was ran by Ryan Reynolds himself.
Yeah.
The only person who the Deadpool Twitter account followed was Hello Kitty.
The best marketed movie of the year, except for BVS, like it or hate it, was very well marketed for sure. It was all over everywhere.
Now, Geiger, to that point, I actually want to go around and ask. So, I want to know what your guys' theater experience was like. Do you have any moms there with their kids who were like, "Oh my god," and like fucking walked out 5 minutes in? Because I had one mom like that, and I was like, they could not be more transparent about how rated R this thing is. Like, I don't know what you expect.
Yeah, Geiger, you go first on this. I've got a great story.
My theater experience wasn't like that at all. My theater experience, I went with my wife and two of our friends, and it was really like just kind of a Valentine's Day, like not an uppity restaurant, but kind of a party restaurant. You know, two people either married or been dating for a while, just drinking and having fun. Everyone was couples, just laughing their ass off. There was some guys that knew who Deadpool was. Most of the girls didn't, but they just loved it.
So my theater. It was me and my wife. We went and saw it on opening day because, you know, that's what we do on Valentine's Day. We go see a nice romantic movie. And sitting next to us was a boy no older than 9, and his mother, who had to be in her mid-40s.
Here we go.
What'd she look like?
Oh, she was banging, yo.
Yep. All right.
And
this is a
like fantastic fucking scene. The choreography right here is out of this world.
This was the demo tape that they sent to Fox. Was this scene?
Yes, that nobody knows who leaked it except Ryan Reynolds. Clearly, fucking leaked it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he did.
But anyway, so as it comes on, and whenever at the beginning where it says produced by Asshats, she goes, "Oh no." That was when she knew she made a mistake. And then we get the sex montage later, and
do we know what R means? Do we know what R means?
If only there was some type of system where they could let you know what the fuck is going to be the content of the movie.
Like a number through 1 through 10, like 10 means you use the F word a lot, and 1 means you don't, like something like that?
This line coming up when he puts the car lighter in the guy's mouth is maybe one of the funniest in any movie ever.
Yeah.
We're still not there yet, but it's so great. I love how that guy's corpse is just dragging on the road.
I actually laughed through this whole superhero film, and I don't usually like laughing through superhero films because Marvel sometimes does it and it really annoys me. I know some people like it, but this one, it fit just because of the character. If the character's funny in the comics, then make it funny. If it's not, then don't.
They did a fantastic job of making the character come to life.
Yeah.
I love when Colossus shows up later. This guy on the sign, he's like, that guy was already there when I got here.
He was already there.
This movie, afterwards, I had a drink at the bar, and I was just wondering, I was kind of depressed. I'm like, how many other great movies like this won't get pushed through by studios?
Yeah, because like the Perseverance, he had 42 rejection letters. I mean, if you text a girl 42 times unanswered, you're probably going to fucking jail. So that type of perseverance is probably not something we see too often.
How do you guys feel about them using some of the X-Men in the Deadpool movie like this and how they did it?
I like it, but why do we have a new Colossus? Like, again, what is Fox doing?
So that's the problem. That's the problem, Jeff, is that Fox switched to X-Men.
Guys, if we have 45 minutes, I can explain it to you.
We have 10 Cyclopses. Like, I was a Cyclops once in a movie.
You did a pretty good job, too.
I know I did okay. I mean, they cut half my fucking shit, but it's not.
Maybe you shouldn't have been such
I'm not fucking bitter about it or anything.
Maybe you shouldn't have been such a pain in the ass on set.
I like that they. I don't know how I feel about them including the X-Men. I like that they had different X-Men though, because God forbid they try to connect this, which they're probably going to do. But just to make it more confusing, they need to leave Deadpool alone. Deadpool needs to be like The Dark Knight. Just give it 3 movies, have a nice little trilogy. It doesn't connect to anything. What's so bad about just making 3 good movies? It doesn't have to connect to a million
I'll
things.
say this, man, especially losing Tim Miller, this sequel is going to be a really tough one to make. Because the expectations are going to be so fucking high. It's such a tough cookie to crack, like, just the whole premise of Deadpool, this character who talks to the audience, and, like, he just can't fit in a lot of the mold of superhero movies, so I don't envy the people trying to make the sequel. I'll be there opening night, of course, but...
See, I think Deadpool 2 will be better than Guardians 2, and Guardians 2 has its original director, and the simple reason is because Ryan Reynolds gets who Deadpool is. Ryan Reynolds actually is Deadpool. Like, he gets who it is.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Chris Pratt made Star-Lord, whereas Deadpool is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is just playing it very well.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. That's so funny. He just sticks his fucking finger through it.
That's Ajax, right?
Bad Deadpool. Good Deadpool.
7.
You know that, like, the majority of the budget had to go into this scene, right?
Yeah.
And Colossus, I'm sure.
Whenever I saw this, I know that this isn't really comparable at all, but for me it was, this is how I wanted Hancock to be. You know, like, and it almost was, but I wanted it rated R, just a superhero that didn't give a fuck and just had fun and just said, fuck it. I'm not a hero. I got these powers. I'm just going to have fun with it.
Kill shot, it's a kill shot. Is there anything cooler than shooting the grenade in a guy's hand before he's going to fucking throw it at you?
No.
Hence the dance.
Especially you got to shoot it cockeyed. Like, you can't shoot it straight up.
Yeah, it has to be a kill shot.
Right up Main Street.
I don't know about you guys, but I call my asshole Main Street.
Right up Main Street. Worth it. God damn it.
This one's great. This is the Toby Flenderson special. Shoot through 3 people's heads at once.
You know what's going to be crazy about doing all these Final Four movies, especially us doing them drunk? I'm going to say it on every one, but this is the best comic book movie I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we get 4 best comic book movies ever.
God damn.
Watching these
And
again...
I know what other 3 movies we got to watch, but god damn, this movie's awesome.
Yeah, we're fucking spoiled because the fans have given us the opportunity to watch these, but I do not envy having a fucking vote on these next 4.
Yeah, I'm glad that we didn't have to vote on any of the last ones.
North Korea's like, yeah, voting's stupid, right? The swords are a nice touch.
I like the katanas.
This is a great scene too. When
He just takes them. Oh man.
my girlfriend thought the exact thing. Like, I thought this was a superhero movie. It's fucking kebab.
This was fantastic, man.
And I think it speaks volumes to like what they're able to do. Because we can all attest, we saw this with our wives and girlfriends, who typically just go to these movies so we'll shut the fuck up for like a couple days. But they,
before we go to any of these movies, it's like, okay, so like you're gonna vacuum for like 3 weeks,
but
right?
didn't they actually enjoy
my
this?
wife loves this movie.
My girlfriend loves this fucking movie.
Oh, he was on TV the other day, and my wife was like, "Oh, hey, Deadpool's on. You just want to watch this?" Yeah.
And that's why you married her.
Yeah. I mean, that and her rockin' hot bod, but whatevs.
This joke he makes about the bedazzling is so fucking hilarious. I love when someone owes multiple people money. He's like, is this about Howie? He's like, what? No.
He's like, oh, thanks.
I love when he says he's gonna fuck his cat. That's like my favorite line.
He's like, well, then whose kitty litter did I just shit in?
Yeah. I don't have a cat.
Jer.
He's like, I'll kill you just for the fucking bedazzling. They're jeans, not a chandelier.
He's like, can I have my Sam's card?
I mean, look, I don't want to sit here and just like quote the whole thing and laugh, but this is a fucking brilliant movie. This is This is like a top 3 funniest movie I've ever seen, and that's not an exaggeration. I would say like Wedding Crashers, Dumb and Dumber, and then probably Deadpool number 3.
You know, I like pineapple, but I wouldn't put pineapple in.
Pineapple doesn't go on pizza, bro.
No. Let alone
it's
with
good.
olives.
I like pineapple on mine. Olives?
Hot fudge sundaes, yeah, but I don't like hot with cold that much.
You don't put cold pineapples on there. You cook the pineapples on the pizza.
Still, pineapples are meant to be cold.
You don't cook fruit. Like, inherently, that's just wrong.
You never cook fruit.
That's in the Bible.
It's good.
You guys are just misunderstanding. You guys are just misunderstanding.
I gave this to, my dad didn't see it in theaters. I gave it to my parents to watch. My dad absolutely loved it, of course. My mom even asked me, like, didn't you read Deadpool comics? Like, why'd they make it rated R? I was like, no, that's the way it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was a kid, Deadpool comics came in, like, a sealed case. I said, hey, Mom, can you buy this? Like, why is it in a sealed case? Like, it just means it's, like, a better comic.
Well, that's the great
my
thing.
uncle brought me up on comics, and he would not let me read Deadpool comics.
Well, that's the best thing when you... That's like how they would kind of give kids, like, yo, check this comic out. Because you'd read it and be like, fuck yeah. My mom doesn't want me to read this.
It was like you were smoking cigarettes and a came over and was like, hey, man, you want to hit a weed? You're like, it's what the cool older kids are doing. I'm like, yeah, for sure.
Cool,
yeah. Another beer.
The next time someone threatens me, I'm going to say, I will shoot your fucking cat.
I will shoot your fucking cat.
I don't have a cat. I think what makes this movie so great, I know you love a slow cook, Geiger, but legitimately, even when he is Deadpool, he's still Wade Wilson, you know?
Yeah, he's always Wade Wilson, and the fact is that, I mean, he's just a dick. He's a fucking lowlife. It's just fucking awesome.
Weasel, played by T.J. Miller, I mean, when we were talking acting cast, this is the one other guy you can legitimately say, stand out.
T.J. Miller is at the thing now. He just did Old School, like Will Ferrell. He's about to break out huge. Him and Office Christmas Party, I absolutely fucking loved. I thought he was fantastic. He's going to be like the next comedian. And he's going to be in about 10 movies here in the next 8 years.
Killing them? Yeah, I've seen your Instagram. That got a lot of likes, that decapitated guy you posted.
It's actually a really good drink.
What is it? Aside from the whipped cream. I want to be TJ Miller's friend.
It's a new stool.
I love bars like this where when people fight, you're like, break it up. It's like, no, one of them will just die.
Yeah, one of them will kill each other. It'll be all fine. It'll work itself out.
These type of things tend to police themselves.
I like how he just carries a mirror in his pocket to know if he's alive or not.
That dude looked like Killer Croc, except for out the shitty makeup.
The shitty makeup that won a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
You know, we always need to thank Suicide Squad because it's the reason we have a podcast.
It really is.
I love the meaning behind this. There's an actual Deadpool that people pet on. Who the fuck's gonna die first?
That scene whenever he's naming himself and like becoming Deadpool and figuring out what to say, that's a great scene too. You look like a topographical map of Utah.
Marina
Domestic,
Baccarin.
nothing important. Like, Jesus, I'm not made of money.
Come on, don't be animals. God. Marina Baccarin as Vanessa. Fine.
Like her better with long hair, but yeah.
Fat Gandalf.
Go cast a spell. You know, I kind of believe though that Wade Wilson before Deadpool was kind of a badass still. You know?
Oh,
No, he was always a
100%.
badass.
Like, I mean, he was in Special Forces and blah, 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 but, like, Ryan Reynolds did a good job of portraying that and making us feel that, hey, even before the fact that he can't die, he was still a fucking badass dude.
Banner, I know our listeners can't see that, but that was the perfect pour on a beer. Like,
Was it not?
I can't believe that didn't pour over the glass. You,
Yeah.
sir.
Is your,
You, sir, have talent.
is your mutant power that you can pour beer really well?
I wish.
What
Like,
if your
and
mutant
you
powers
also, I want you to notice I'm holding a towel in my hand as well.
I want my mutant powers to have beer just flow out of my fingertips.
I love how Wade and Vanessa are having a contest whose childhood was more fucked up. And who hasn't paid for a prostitute with a yogurt rewards card?
Who hasn't tried anyway?
Yeah, don't make me choose between pussy and arcade games. That's just not fair.
Dude, anybody that's listening, I challenge you to game of skee ball. I would rule you.
I'll take you on. I'll take you on.
I could play skee ball with the best of them.
I got a nasty, like, it's basically like a two-seam fastball, fucking tails on me to the right.
See, I just go down the middle, just hit 500s unless I'm playing with somebody good. Then I'll try for the 1000s.
500 all day long. I like how she just takes a pencil eraser.
See, you could get that for 3,500. Think how many of those fucking mini Tootsie Rolls you could get.
You can erase stuff.
Is he talking about Voltron? Marathon Man, he can last 23 seconds.
Jeff, I think this won best scene for you a couple of times, right?
Yeah, the sex montage where they go through the seasons.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
This is another one in my theater where the mom was just absolutely horrified.
I don't feel bad for her, man. There's literally, like, what else is the movie supposed to do? I could never be an actor for many reasons, but filming this, like, there's no way.
Nope.
And here's the aforementioned sodomy.
Not gonna lie, kind of into it. If a chick wants to do that, I'd do it.
I want a girl that will do that, and then we can just read afterwards. You know, I kind of have a book I can't put down right now.
The music's perfect too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Guys, I'm not a big fan of involving food in the bedroom. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
No, I'm not either. Not either. It's messy. It's sticky. And it just makes me more hungry.
And I'm not anti-food at all.
Yeah, I like sex than food.
Yeah, it's like you got to separate church and state, guys.
Yep.
This is a good one coming up too. Where were you hiding that?
I kind of like his apartment. It's got like a nice like man cave vibe, but also like, you know, I let her put her little fucking spin on it too.
Yeah, feel live, laugh, love, a little poster in the corner.
Yeah, you can have that, but like put it, you know, near the bathroom so that it's not fucking crowding the feng shui.
It's got a great view too.
It looks like the apartment in the Ashton Kutcher Cameron Diaz movie, What Happens in Vegas.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
It's a 1 month salary.
Ring pops, they're not cheap.
I had a ring pop the other day.
What flavor?
Strawberry. I like how you called me out on that. Like, did you really have a ring pop?
Yeah, I mean, don't fill me full. There's two things you don't lie about: chocolate fountains and ring pops. Any girl that knows anything about Star Wars, instant keeper.
Yep, I know.
Yep.
Fun fact, I figured out I love my wife through Star Wars.
It's beautiful. One thing that we're going to see again, and I think people really underrate this because this movie's so fucking hilarious, but we're going to start to see right here, this movie has a lot of heart and a lot more to it.
It does. Here,
Yep.
yeah, here coming up like right now. But it fits. It really does. I mean, it's funny and then it gets really serious, but...
Like, it's going to get emotional. The classic line of like, no, it's nowhere important, just like my brains, lungs, heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sense clowns. Guys, this is totally off topic, but I love his shirt.
Banner, you could pull it off. I mean, right now you could pull off any shirt because you don't have a shirt on, but you could pull that off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Half my wardrobe is Hawaiian shirts.
Never seen... The whole time I've known you, you've only wore a shirt like 10% of the time, so I guess I gotta believe you.
Yeah, but of that 10% of the time, like 90% of that is a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, that's probably true.
He has like the Hawaiian shirt, but also like the predators hunting us.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Back to this.
So see, they go from like this hardcore emotional scene. I was actually kind of like, no joke, choking up a little bit, and now Deadpool slices someone in half with his katanas.
Well, they're picking something like cancer that has touched pretty much every single person ever in a theater or anywhere, so...
There's just great dialogue, too, and Rob Liefeld, the guy who wrote Deadpool, even said, he was like, man, I wish I could have given him as much heart in the fucking comics as... We didn't say fucking, I added that. If you've ever played the game Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which has all the characters from every Marvel thing, when you play with Deadpool, some of the comments that he says in the game are hilarious.
So fucking funny.
He's like, find a health!
Regina rhymes with fun.
Deadpool in the comics, though, and I'm going to get some flack for saying this, there's times where, like in the Civil War arc, the few times he shows up, you're just like, dude, not now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the scene where they're all at the Baxter building and Daredevil is like, fuck the government, and then Deadpool's like making jokes, turning to the reader, you're like, dude, we get it, but...
Yeah, there's times you want them, and there's times that you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I always liked it when he was more on his own solo mission kind of a thing, where it wasn't really, he didn't have a lot of other supporting characters with him.
That's why I was so glad they didn't connect him to Logan.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
How perfect was that? Instead of an end credit scene, they did the pre-credit scene.
Yeah. You cannot, and we won't spoil Logan on this, but you cannot play this, or that scene at the end of that movie. It just would not have worked.
Here's Colossus.
Dad?
Dad?
I mean, we all know the feel of our dad's junk, right? Oh my god. See, this is the type of meta shit that I love.
God, yeah, this... What the fuck were they thinking, Banner?
Look, that's one I cannot defend. I can defend all the other ones, but I cannot defend that one.
And that actually wasn't the worst thing they did in that movie. Sabretooth was the worst thing they did in that movie. Like, he couldn't talk at all in the first two, and then apparently now he's a really smart Levi Schreiber? Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
So how do you guys feel about this? He's basically like, look, I'm a mess. I'm dying. I'm just going to leave you. I mean, I get it in some ways. And I'm not complaining about the story. That totally makes sense. It's just like fucking tough, man.
No, man, I dig it because that's probably what I would do. Like, you don't want to have somebody that looks at you like you're a badass, see you like, you know, shit yourself and stuff. So,
and that's exactly what he said. He's like, I want you to remember me, not Ghost of Christmas me.
I'll just say it sucks that we're doing this one first because honestly, these whole scenes with the cancer stuff like really gets to me, man. Like this is a fantastic movie. It has everything you'd want.
It can play as whatever you want. It's a love story. It's a dramatic movie. It's an action movie, and it is also definitely a comedy. I mean, it checks all the boxes for me. And I don't think there's enough to be said nowadays in the superhero
Mild
movie.
softcore porn?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Nowadays in the superhero genre, a lot of times it's this, you know, how do we make this really cool story? But sometimes less is more. This is just super simple and just relies on what they know works, which is Ryan Reynolds and a good story.
And it is a shame that this wasn't even up for or won Best Comedic Performance or Comedy or anything at the Oscars. That is a huge snub.
Agreed. By the way, if this is the same line, if this is the scene I'm thinking, one of the best lines in the movie when Weasel says, "Why don't you go talk to that guy in the corner? It might further the plot."
He looks alive.
I don't know, might further the plot. Like, that's fucking perfect.
There is no better person than TJ Miller to play that.
No, I hope no one else even read for this, because it's just ridiculous. He does look like a child molester.
100%. He's in Galaxy Quest. I fucking love
my
that
god,
movie.
he is!
I love that movie. We got to do a commentary on that.
We do. We've actually had a couple requests to do that.
Is that the one with Tim Allen?
Yeah, and Sigourney Weaver. Sam Rockwell, Justin Long.
I haven't seen that forever.
Alan Rickman, isn't it?
Sam
Rest in
Rockwell,
peace.
Justin Long, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
You know it's bad whenever you were 12 and you had a hard time getting through it.
I didn't. I liked it.
Wow.
Would you guys do this? I think I would.
I
Yeah.
probably would.
At least
I mean,
now.
at that point, like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, what do you have to, you're gonna die in like a couple months anyway.
You know, in these movie commentaries when no one talks for like 10 seconds that it's a good fucking scene.
Well, this is a little different than some of the '90s movies we do when it's just dog shit terrible. Like this is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be hard about doing all of these for the tournament is that they're such good movies. Like I don't want to ruin it by talking over it. Like there are some scenes that you just can't talk over.
God, this movie's so fucking good. This is the point I mean, we're down to 4 movies left. Like,
guys, this movie beat 60 other movies out that just made the cut. And there's another 30 that didn't make the cut.
For this to come out last year and already be a top 5 comic movie of all time is really saying something, for sure.
And this one is unlike the other 3 movies in the final 4. I mean, can we announce them on this? By the time this is released, the show's coming out.
Yeah, we already know.
So actually no, this one's I guess more similar to Guardians, but The Dark Knight obviously is not only one of the best superhero movies of all time. I think it's a top 10, maybe 5 movie of all time. And then The Winter Soldier, which is the I don't know. The Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy are the other 2, so they're both incredible films, but these are all kind of unique in their own way.
They're all unique stories. They're not all the same, which is awesome that the
fans...
None
of them are the same. Deadpool isn't like anything else. Guardians isn't like anything else. Winter Soldier, I think, is the best Marvel movie. You know, it might be like other Marvel movies, but it really dug deep. And The Dark Knight isn't like anything I've ever seen either.
I don't know about you guys. I love the framing device of like we have this present day scene, but through just flashbacks, we're like sort of telling the prologue how we got there.
It's just hard because this movie is Ryan Reynolds versus. It doesn't have very much help. There's not another big name actor here. No. And all the other movies we have, I mean, they have 8 deep probably at least of actors that are fantastic.
Yeah, this one, I almost feel like, especially if the villain was stronger, it would take away from this movie in the end, because this needs to be Wade's story entirely, I think.
Yeah. The villain was, I mean, strong. Like, the villain was good. Just not saying the villain wasn't, Heath Ledger, or the villain, the villain wasn't, tying into Thanos and Benicio del Toro being in it and stuff, so.
Yeah.
This movie, the villain in this movie is exactly what it needed to be. Can we trade names?
Colossus looks fucking great, too. We gotta say. They were on a shoestring budget, and Colossus looks awesome.
Yeah, he does look good.
Nobody's getting hurt as a corpse falls from the sign. Who hasn't driven on the highway and there's a smattered body on the sign?
I love how he just like keeps throwing shit and like punching Francis or Ajax. Here, just like as he's having a casual conversation.
I mean, they made Colossus a joke, but in the point of this movie, it's fine. But the X-Men in me, and Banner, you could probably speak to this.
Yes.
That's the only problem I probably have with this movie. I'm just like, dude, come on. I love Colossus, but he's just kind of a punchline.
Zip it, Sinbad. Yeah, I mean, they kind of got the essence of Colossus where he's still trying to teach youngsters and, be that, I don't know, moral
compass
role model,
kids.
but at the same time, I don't know.
Beast would have worked better, I think.
Beast would have, maybe. Your poor wife.
Beast is always kind of the, not a complete badass until he needs to be. Like 90% of the time, he's just trying to do the right thing until it's time to actually go.
Well, let's just say this, and I'm not saying they're superfluous because it's cool to see them in the movie, but do we even need Colossus and Teenage Warhead? Like, not really.
They're kind of the voice of reason, I guess.
Yeah, I think
that's a good
they're kind of the conscious.
Fair enough.
Conscious or conscious? Did I say that right?
Yes. And also, like, don't get me wrong, I fucking love Colossus. He's one of my favorite X-Men, so put him in anything.
I mean, that's the problem I have with it is that they've already thrown away so many X-Men, but they've thrown away their best X-Men. There's a million X-Men. If you've ever read the comics, there's so many. There could have been two that could have been thrown away so easily here, but you used one of the best ones.
But are they throwing them away?
The McAvoy or Stewart line is incredible. God.
It's just like, I don't know. They did everything perfect with this.
When he goes, him and his roommate is one of the funniest relationships in this movie too.
To Schittsburg. They did a great job here of making him look like just complete dog shit. Like, he looks like he's sick. Again, another jab at Green Lantern.
Can't get enough of those.
That movie deserves it.
That was one that Deadpool beat.
We get it. It was a bad movie, okay?
Deadpool beat Green Lantern in round 1 of the tournament.
Warner Brothers had a bad day. Doesn't happen often.
Well, all right.
I won't hold anything against DC prior to the DCEU. I'll give you that.
Except for Suicide Squad.
That was in the DCEU.
It's true.
Oh, if you guys are about to watch Fast 6, this chick might make a pretty big appearance. Carla Gugino, who dated Henry Cavill for a very long time.
I don't like Henry Cavill. Fuck that guy.
What's your deal with him?
I don't know. I just don't like him.
He's a fine person.
I'm sure he is.
What'd he do to you, Banner? He might be the next James Bond, so you better get used to him.
Yeah, no, I would not. I'm not
really
cool with that.
need more Bond movies? Do we need those?
It's not a matter of do we need them. They're just going to happen, so deal with it. I know a dog named Ajax.
So is he like an actual doctor, or is he just like some crony?
Yes.
Because like he's acting kind of doctorish here, but I don't know if he's actually.
He's like a hybrid. Like he's like a little bit of both.
Like a nurse practitioner.
Okay, look, I didn't go to school for this, so I'm not going to be able to. What was the over-under on nurse practitioner being said on this podcast tonight?
Let's be honest. Probably 1.
Would you have taken over or under 1?
Probably would have taken the over. Let's be honest with ourselves. I live dangerously.
I think I would have taken push.
Push is such a hard bet to win.
It is. It is.
montage scene of torture actually was close to winning best scene for me a couple times too.
Yeah, I actually forgot about it until you just said that. But it is a very well done scene.
I like the conversations he has with the dude in like the stall next to
Yeah.
him.
I think Henry is his name. Made you look.
Basil Fawlty. I bet Rosie
Less
O'Donnell was
angry
offended
old.
by that.
The song here too. Guys, the soundtrack for this movie is actually really
Soundtrack's
good.
fantastic, and Reynolds got in fantastic shape for this.
He did.
Yeah, I think he's just constantly in that shape, which is nice.
I was gonna say, is he ever like in like really bad shape though?
I mean, Van Wilder, he was just kind of a string bean. I mean, not crazy, but it all started on Blade Trinity.
Yep.
God, Blade Trinity.
That and The Proposal.
Blade Trinity, he got bulked up for.
You know Ryan Reynolds is serious too when he has the beard for his movies, and he had it for Blade Trinity. I mean, that's on everyone's bucket list, right?
God, that's just such like it just pulls in your heartstrings.
There's nothing worse than when a movie tries to do this shit, it doesn't work, and you're like, okay, dude, come on. But it is really working in this one.
Yeah.
Oh shit, found out his real name.
Uh-oh. Ajax from the dish soap. We always used Ajax on our tub, not on our dishes. It's like a bleach.
It's powerful, it's strong. Banner. That's what it comes from.
Ah. There's another jab at Deadpool. Or at Origins, I mean. The real Deadpool. How much would this suck?
A lot.
This really put him in the breathing thing.
This is the one that was just gonna kill him, right? It was like...
Just as an actor, like I don't know that I could do this. Put those leather like straps around my neck like that. I know it's just like acting, but I don't know. That make me feel a little uncomfortable.
I think I've talked the least on this movie commentary of any of them, and that's probably because this is maybe the best movie we've done.
I'm watching the movie. Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah,
well,
I'm actually watching it.
Yeah, this is way better than The Force Awakens.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough to comment on it when you just want to fucking watch it.
Which we haven't
right
done The Force
between
Awakens.
The Force Awakens
yet.
and Airbud. Somewhere in that.
Fuck Airbud.
The people
that may be like a lost episode that I don't know. Only a fan gets.
We have to release it. The people will demand it.
Yeah. If you're listening to us now, please ask for Airbud. We've already done it, but we
No,
have
do not ask for Airbud. I swear.
The world needs
Please
it.
don't.
It's not the
And
movie
Geiger,
they want.
let me remind you, we have not done wink, wink, hint, hint, Force Awakens yet.
Oh yeah.
But we will. It's coming soon, guys.
Dude, if you put me in this thing, I would literally shit my pants. I'd freak out so bad. Not being able to breathe, like fuck that.
But not just like passing out and dying. Yeah, no.
This is a crazy scene.
Yeah, a lot of the budget had to go to this too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because what this movie have, like, is it 60 million?
So apparently breathing air helps your skin?
I think it just helps life
I
in
think
general.
this is just his, like, mutant transformation. He looks like Vader, like in, like, the later Star Wars.
I can see that. I'll buy it.
Ajax is like, I'm the best looking one here now, ha ha. God, if these were chicks, you know how fucking jealous they would get?
No shit.
This part right here, like, his makeup looks good later, but right here, I don't know, looks a little fucked up to me.
It's fresh though. He's just fresh right out of it.
It's fresh ink,
I don't know.
Banner.
I don't know.
The guy Ed Skrein who plays Ajax was in that Transporter reboot. I'm sure you guys all saw that.
Yeah, opening night, bro.
Or maybe it was the Hitman reboot. I don't fucking know. I don't.
At the end of the day, does it matter?
Yeah.
So I'm confused. How does he get the match here? Like, he headbutts her, and then
He's good with his mouth, man. Something you would know nothing about.
No shit. Bring your wife on. She'll triple our bet.
what the fuck, yo?
Yeah, why did we just like randomly decide to bash him? I want a lab coat. If you just wear a lab coat around your fucking house, people instantly will trust your opinion.
Guys, it's really fun.
It's
I've never done that before ever.
Banner wears it with no shirt under, of course.
Yeah, then you kind of lose the respect that you would have normally gained from the lab coat. At that point, it's just sort of counterproductive.
So are these strike anywhere matches?
I don't think she carries anything else, to be honest.
Hmm.
You gotta think, though, at this point, he's a superhero, so he could probably do this.
Very true. Oh, yeah.
There it goes.
Bye. God, this looked like the bathroom after that shit I took at work today.
Or it's like, I sent you a picture of me taking a shit the other day.
Yeah, as is tradition. This is an awesome fight scene, too.
This is a very cool one.
It actually kind of reminds me of V for Vendetta, that scene where he, like, leaves Mark Hill.
Yep, I can see that.
Another movie that made it a long way in our tournament.
It made
to
a
the
good
Sweet
run.
16. A little deeper run. That's what I love about this stuff, is that, like, I don't know, our fans recognize good movies, guys, and they're all different and they're all good in their own way.
As Jesus said in Leviticus 3:8, real recognize real.
Yep, that's true.
Yep. No, that's a direct quote.
New Testament.
Yeah, it's not Old Testament.
That was a little ridiculous for me. I'm just gonna rip my shirt off now.
So what's Ajax's power? He just doesn't feel pain?
Yeah.
And he's Australian. That gets a lot of pussy. That's a power.
Oh.
I thought he was British, though.
Same thing.
He's not American,
Accents get you
Banner.
laid.
He's not American. That's the point.
Oh.
If you're not American, you're Australian.
I just realized we saw Ryan Reynolds' dick there.
And we should be thanking God.
I do know that he filmed this entire scene naked for 3 days when they filmed this fight scene.
Really?
Yep, because he said, "Hey guys, there was an interview with him and Blake Lively, and he was like, yeah, I just basically walked out naked and said, all right, here's me for the next 3 days."
So Ajax can't feel pain? That's the thing again?
Yeah, I think he can't feel pain. He might be a little stronger.
And he also
Hey, it
heals?
looks like he's kind of strong. He's made a goddamn candy cane out of that rod.
Just my normal rod.
Yeah, that was a rebar.
Oh, Cunningham.
This dude's like, I was taking a fucking nap. Could you guys not keep it down? Jesus. It's 3 in the morning.
Reynolds looks like Jason Pierre-Paul after that fucking firework destroyed on him.
This part's cool too when he comes out of the ashes. So this might be a good time, again, going along our categories here. Impact on pop culture, guys. So we've had now a sex montage, a lot of raunchy comedy. We also just had a naked fight scene. All rated R, superhero movie. Are we going to get a lot more like this, or is this more of an isolated? I mean, obviously we got Logan was a result of this, because Logan wasn't announced it was going to be rated R until after this came out. But are these kind of isolated, the outliers, or is this going to become more of a new norm?
I think impact on pop culture, Deadpool has his back against the wall against the other 4 movies, simply because the only thing you have to go off of is Logan. Deadpool 2 does not look good right now. It lost Miller. They don't know who the fuck's going to play Cable.
It lost another director, too.
Yeah, and they lost another director. So the impact on pop culture, I think it's going to be bigger as the years go on, because a lot of people are going to go toward rated R, just because it's just showing that you can still make a ton of money. But, I mean, it's going over the, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Dark Knight, Winter Soldier, which has been around longer, and you've kind of seen the impacts on pop culture grow from that.
Yeah, I mean, if we're graded against the other 4 categories, or the other 4 movies, I think Guardians has a big one, because they showed that you can go cosmic, you can go with more obscure characters, and make it extremely successful. Mm-hmm. I think that with The Dark Knight, you can show, I mean, it's an empire, it's a sequel movie that was very, very well done. You can take a character like the Joker and basically play the Joker the opposite of what the Joker traditionally is, and make it work. Again, a very dark story. Captain America, Winter Soldier, I don't know. I mean, I think this has a little bit higher already than that. That movie's just kind of there.
I don't have many talking points on Captain America, Winter Soldier, just because we just figured out is in the Final 4, and I cannot believe it's in the Final 4. I can't believe it's
shocked.
Avengers. I honestly thought whenever we did this tournament, I'm like, dude, this is going to be Avengers versus The Dark Knight. Now I'm not so sure at all.
Winter Soldier is one of those movies, like, you knew it was a good movie, but it just kept kind of flying under the radar every single round.
It kicked the shit out of the Avengers in the Elite 8 from our fan vote. I couldn't believe it.
It murdered it.
And I'm shocked that this murdered Iron Man, guys. I mean, this movie took out the movie that started the entire MCU.
This scene right here, by the way, TJ Miller, have you seen, there's a clip online of all his improv lines here when he says what Deadpool looks like.
Funny.
It's ridiculous.
So fucking funny.
to topography.
Star in horror films.
I don't want to see that.
I mean, how bad do you guys want to just get a beer with TJ Miller? I really want to.
Look, if we had him on for a commentary, how much fucking fun would that be?
You know, a comedian has to have a certain look. He doesn't have that look, but his voice is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just his voice makes me laugh.
100.
I hope you die, ideally for other people's sakes.
Scared devil.
I mean, what a great way to get your superhero name, really.
Yeah.
That was a cool way to
Captain
do it.
Deadpool.
Because every single superhero movie origin thing, they go over like 10 names. You're like, those are stupid, those are stupid. But that's a really cool way to get it.
It is.
The only...
I fucking love this song.
It's not better, but the only one that compares is the original Spider-Man whenever he's fighting Macho Man. And he's just like... It's like the human spider, that's the best you got.
Bonesaw is ready. See, I know, and I go, Geiger, I know you love this stuff too, but like when superheroes are like trying out suits, like in their...
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because at first I would just have like my Under Armour on and like a mask. I'm like, this isn't working.
Yeah, 100%. The soundtrack in this movie is fucking good too. And starting to see that like the blood is just...
We were really thinking about having soundtrack or score as one of the grading criteria, but this would have a tough time going up against Guardians.
Yeah,
or,
that's true.
Or the Dark Knight score.
So, speaking of Guardians in the Dark Knight, that is going to be our Final Four matchup, according to the bracket. And then it will be...
So this is going up against Winter Soldier?
Yep.
Wow.
I can't believe that this thing's almost done, man. It's been so awesome.
I can't believe we're going to watch Winter Soldier instead of Avengers. I still can't believe that. It was insane.
Yeah, it kind of bummed
Sorry,
me
guys,
out.
I was peeing, but I love the evolution of his suit here.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
like to
incredible.
show him creating it.
And I think all great, and Geiger and I have talked about this extensively off pod, is one of the best parts of Batman Begins is the first this fucking Zamboni scene is incredible.
Yes.
But one
if
of the...
you're the guy too in the theater, oh, we already seen this a million times, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, well, you know, what, you just want to have sex one time in your life? Like, get the fuck out. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, but
suit evolution.
But like I was saying, the scene in Batman Begins when at first he just kind of goes out in a ski mask, it's like incredible when they do that stuff. Hallway scene, wow, that's always cool. How did he get like an empty hockey rink to kill that guy?
Yeah, he's got like 40 feet to go.
This guy has a really shitty job. Like, I've canvassed before and cold called, but it wasn't like people on their deathbed.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy that enjoys it, though.
He's
like, he definitely has to get laid with the credit card.
He's a Clydesdale.
I'd take a foot long.
Jared joke way before the times.
You know you got to hit somebody hard to break the glass like that.
Is this when he turns the camera away?
Ding dong.
So Ajax is his boss. Just trying to get the higher.
I think yeah.
Trying to figure out who I need to set my meeting with for sales.
Yeah.
There's different rated R movies. Like, he cusses and is funny, and Logan, He just kills basically every person in the fucking
He
movie.
stabs his claw through their heads.
It's awesome.
He was like, it's just so fucking ridiculous.
I love this part with the baby hand growing back. I think it's really funny.
Oh, it's incredible. And then he like
It's very juvenile.
He
but
takes
it's very
like
funny.
the painkiller or whatever and like wants to masturbate with the small hand. It makes it feel
Yeah.
Yeah, it
bigger.
makes your dick look huge.
Yeah, it does. Sorry about all the bleeding on your garbage.
It's also water.
See, like I can't talk over this. I just want to fucking watch it.
This is one of my favorite parts.
Inside of a fourth wall break? 16 walls.
Robin does love Batman.
Yeah, he does. If you guys go back to our Batman and Robin commentary, we prove it.
We actually discussed that at length. God, the Crocs.
Crocs.
He can just wear whatever the fuck he wants because she's blind.
Every man needs big rubber masturbating shoes, for sure.
His fucking hand. How is a blind woman building something from IKEA?
Jeff, leave it alone.
IKEA's like, see, anyone can buy our shit. You guys should.
Pretty sure it's a racist too, somehow.
If it's not, we can find a way to make it. Every time I fucking build something from IKEA, I'm like, why do I have 6 extra screws?
But that's a testament to their craftsmanship because it doesn't fall apart.
Cock thistle. Still think one of the best lines in this is, I will shoot your fucking cat.
I don't have a cat. Who's kitty litter to judge shit in? I'll wrap your hashtag drive-by.
Do you think
Does
hashtags...
anyone else want a unicorn when they masturbate now? Because that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you use? Does anyone else think in like 10 years people are going to be like, what the fuck is a hashtag?
I hope not, because all this work we've been doing on Twitter is for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that shirt's
I
not
wish
good.
I had more interesting stuff to say, but like it's just too
I
good
know,
of a
this
movie.
is, as far as like how interesting...
I'm actually watching the movie for once.
As far as how funny or interesting we are, this is probably one of our worst commentaries, but maybe the best movie that we've done.
It's hard to be funny on a movie that's already funny.
And if you're at home, you can't... I mean, we really, really appreciate you listening to us, but I don't really
She
think...
played softball in high school.
100%. Infield.
100%.
But at home, I don't
She
think...
probably still plays today.
in an old women's league. I don't think people will complain about us not talking much because they'll just get to watch Deadpool, and this is fucking hilarious.
KFC Spork.
Mrs. Magoo. I mean, that is like the meta of the meta. I forgot that he made a joke about himself.
He just has such a unique way of delivering comedy.
Well, that came from, I mean, if you watch Van Wilder or Waiting, he's like the funniest. He was in Waiting, and he's funnier than Dane Cook, when Dane Cook was hotter than hell.
100%.
Guys, does anybody else want to go out and buy Crocs now?
No.
Well, I do.
Well, so you want to masturbate?
Well, I mean, I have a wife, so I kind of don't need to, but if that'll get me a pair of comfy Crocs, then maybe.
If TJ Miller was the bartender at my local bar, I would be exponentially more alcoholic.
I also wouldn't be able to pay my rent because he would have all my money because I'm always there.
Yeah. That's the weird thing about Vanessa. She's a main part of this movie, but we legit probably haven't seen her in like an hour.
She's in the first act and she's in the third act.
But her presence and like her point to the story is still definitely felt, which is
100%,
huge testament.
I mean, she's kind of like Doug in the Hangover movie.
Yeah, very important first act, third act. That's a really good analogy. Damn it.
Yeah, it just came off the top of my head. That's what happens when you're 3 beers deep. They're tall boys, so it's not like I'm a lightweight, guys.
So we got to talk about this now just because we've touched on it briefly, but Tim Miller not directing the second one, I'm with Geiger. Like, I still think the movie could be really, really good, but I think something about, and again, this is to Geiger's point, how much fucking work him and Ryan Reynolds put into this movie to get it made. I think there's almost just like, I get just sad thinking about them not getting to do this again, and cannot even imagine how fucking bad the fight was. By the way, Stan Lee, the Godfather.
Yeah, Stan Lee.
But how bad the fight?
Probably one of his best cameos.
Yeah, that's it. Definitely. I hope he's better too. Get better, Stan Lee.
Yeah, please get better. Yeah. But I cannot imagine how bad the fight was that made Tim Miller leave, because I think, and we've talked about this a lot on the pod, but like the story about how this movie got made is almost better than the movie. I mean, they were fucking in the trenches together for years and years. Like, how bad can an argument get that you really walk out on the second? And I'm not pointing fingers at all. I'm just saying, like...
Well, and here's the thing. We still don't know what it was really about. Was it about the casting of Cable?
It can't be. He's still not cast.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And, like, I've heard 4 different rumors. Like, I saw one that had concept art with Brad Pitt as Cable.
Yeah.
The other day.
That actually would be really good.
Pitt turned it down, supposedly. I read today.
Yeah.
But that would be legit good. Pierce Brosnan, no. And Kyle Chandler, definitely not.
It's going to be Shannon.
He sucks.
Michael Shannon?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Chandler. Chandler sucks.
No, it's going to be...
Shannon would be fine.
It's going to be Michael Shannon.
Yeah. Perlman and Lang recently pulled their names out of the hat as well.
Yeah, well, if Stephen Lang is pulling his name out of the hat, he's already been told he's not getting the role.
Ron Perlman was given a hat to pull it out? What? What's he doing? The Mayan spinoff or Sons of Anarchy?
He tried. Yeah, he wanted to. He wanted to play it at one point.
And going back to Stan Lee, God, if you're listening to our podcast right now, whatever sickness you gave Stan Lee, take away from him and give to Luke Bryan or Jason Aldean because they don't deserve to live.
Yep. I think God subscribed to us on iTunes, so he should be listening.
Yeah, he said he was going to leave us a review, but he hasn't. So he's busy. He's busy. I understand.
God, we've all met a girl in a back alley in the rain like this.
Yeah, it didn't end well.
So waitress at a strip club. By that time, though, shouldn't she just be a stripper? I mean, it's more financially better.
Wasn't she a hooker at the beginning of the movie?
We've left her a note like, after you bring out the spinach dip, I might be in the back alley to kidnap you.
She does it on the side, though, so she doesn't have to pay taxes.
Damn, that's how you set a pick for somebody, Geiger, as you know.
She's probably a power forward in high school. She went to a small high school, so she played like 4 sports.
I mean, she could have been a D1 athlete, but no one fucking recruited her. Because her coach hated her.
She also threw the javelin. Or what's the one with the ball?
Shot put.
Shot put, yeah.
Shot put?
She's definitely a shot put chick.
Cunt chocolate? I think we've all had at least at one point in our life one of these tirades where literally nothing we're saying makes sense.
Yeah, and you're just kicking shit.
It's like, did you just say fuckmas? Is that a new holiday?
Find it or I'm gonna get angry.
Chocolate yogurt. I need all the guns. Yeah, we've all been there. So this is real time now, right? This is after his hand masturbation?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This is just absurd.
Hugh Jackman, sexiest man alive.
Sexiest man alive.
Jesus. You know, this is like one of the ultimate compliments to any funny movie. There aren't many, if any at all, jokes that just don't work in this. Like, every joke they make, you laugh at. This line from Weasel is great. Who hasn't said that to someone before? Right next to the cure for blindness.
Want to get fucked up?
Weasel is like everyone wants a weasel in their life.
See, this ending scene, though, I think is the only thing that's going to hurt it because the other 3 movies have awesome ending scenes. This one I thought just kind of stumbled. If I really want to be douchebag, nitpicky, like, critic guy.
No, I mean, I don't think that. I think you're just saying that of the 4 movies, this is the weakest. It's still better than 90% of the other movies in the tournament.
Guys,
yeah, it's fine. It's just because the villain's so weak, so I really don't care about him fighting him that much.
Yeah. It's more about him and Vanessa. Can I point out something you might not know, but people at home, because our fans are fucking on their shit, probably know. This last fight takes place on a SHIELD helicarrier.
Yep.
Wow.
This scene is great. Could we only afford these 2 X-Men? Whenever he says that fucking line, it's so great.
We're saving money.
That's it. I mean, he has good points.
Yeah, he goes to Luby's cafeteria.
Luby's, yes. Get whatever you want. Jesus. Now, for the second one, I'm hoping they still keep the budget modest, because the last thing we want is, like, this to become something that it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, just kind of a chill, grounded movie with a lot of jokes and a little bit of CGI and some blown up shit, but that's about it.
I have a feeling they're gonna go overboard. They're just gonna.
Of course they are. Fox is on the table right now, and they're a degenerate gambler, and they just hit twice in a row.
They're like we're fucking untouchable.
Do you think that may be part of the reason that Miller left the project?
Well, and the fact is that I think this movie will be good if Fox doesn't rush it. If this comes out in like 3 more years, kind of like The Dark Knights came out almost FIFA style every 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
If you give them 3 years, I think this movie will be great. If you rush it, it's going to be really, really hard to duplicate.
Because what, do we had 2005, 2008, and 2012 for the Dark Knight series?
I believe so, yes.
I've been drinking, so don't hold me to that. But
guys, now I'm upset again because Dopinder is talking about how he got fucked over by Bandu again. That snake.
Yeah,
bastard.
but Bandu's in the fucking trunk.
Oh, he's already dead? I thought he was saying he wanted to do that to him.
No, he's in the trunk. He's alive, but he's in the trunk.
Yeah, he's in the trunk.
Oh, that's right.
Him in the trunk. Wouldn't it be awesome in Deadpool 2 if he works for Lyft or Uber? He's like, fuck this, the cab didn't pay me as
See,
much.
that's the type of fucking ideas that Fox needs on set.
That's why we need to be part of these meetings.
Or he can work
How
for...
fucking cool would that be?
Geiger, he can work for Uber in the beginning of the movie. Oh, look, it's a SHIELD helicarrier. Maybe the one the Avengers crashed. And then at the end, he can work for Lyft. Like, yeah, I had to switch. When have we heard this song?
Fucking love this song. That's another thing. The soundtrack for this movie was awesome.
Is DMX a preacher now? After he went to prison for a while, but now isn't he a preacher?
And you know who he was cellmates with? Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I hate when you forget your guns in the cab, you know?
I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. I love this song. Like these tears. Super landing. Super landing.
This
Wait
is
for
so
it.
true, though. If you fucking sucker punch Colossus, you got big balls.
Yeah, no shit.
No shit, dude. Well, she played NAIA softball, so cleanup hitter.
Yeah, but Geiger, she would have been D1, but the coach fucking hated her. Batter 7th.
I do like that they brought the yellow and blue suit there.
Yeah, it's weird to see Fox give the actual X-Men suits out to people.
Yeah.
It's usually all just black leather.
Zuckcock.
We're on the battlefield, Colossus. It's not time to censor ourselves.
So is Francis an X-Men? Like, he's actually in the comics, right?
Ajax? Yeah.
Yeah, Ajax is.
I don't know. Ajax is like a pretty small character in the comics, but I don't know if his real name is Francis. I'm guessing it is, but if it's not, it's still just a funny way to...
Well, Fox probably didn't want to give up any of their awesome X-Men villains that they haven't already fucked up. I'm surprised Stryker is the main villain in this.
Yeah. What did he do again? What's his relation to Wolverine? I've only seen it in 6 movies.
I think he, helped him figure out how to work his claws or something like that.
I hate both of you.
The action scenes in this are fucking incredible. That's one
The
thing
choreography was out of this world.
That's one thing I'm worried about because Miller, whatever his next movie is, I can't wait to see it because this shit is insane.
Yeah, that's the thing is the action scenes won't be as good, but I think the dialogue will be just fine.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
you know,
Reynolds
Reynolds
came up with a lot of the dialogue.
Exactly. So, and he is Deadpool. He knows how he fucking
Yeah,
talks.
a lot of the script was Reynolds, so the heart and the dialogue in this film will be fine. But if you're looking for a lot of shoot 'em up action shit, which honestly people don't go for as much as dialogue and story, a la, BVS. BVS had awesome fucking fight scenes and shit, but the story and the dialogue were kind of jumbled up to some people, so they didn't like it. So that's why I think critic wise and overall, Deadpool 2 will be fine.
They haven't actually even set a date to start filming yet, have they, for the sequel?
Well, they're gonna need to hire Cable before they start filming, or a villain, or whatever they're gonna.
Guys, they've been like about to announce who's playing Cable for the last 6 months now. So
we did a show about Pierce Brosnan playing Cable like 6 months ago.
TGA Fridays.
Tuna casserole, yum.
I could go for some tuna casserole right now.
Bad for the waistline, though.
You're a beautiful woman.
That's just not cool, man.
Yeah, no, that's a little fucked up. But I mean, it's funny.
Can I say I like this girl better than Gal Gadot? Just something about her.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
It's a push. I like them equal.
Which one are you talking about? Teenage Warhead or the chick fighting Colossus?
No, Ryan Reynolds' main chick.
He's talking about
Marina
Vanessa.
Baccarin? Okay.
Yeah. Gal Gadot there's just something about her. I just don't buy her as Wonder Woman. I don't know. Thought she did a fine job.
I'm gonna leave my judgment till after the Wonder Woman movie comes out. Because she had a relatively small role in BVS.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm gonna fall more in your camp, but I'm gonna reserve judgment for later.
I just don't wake up every morning and be like, please God, send me a Wonder Woman movie. I guess so.
Well, that's true too.
Maybe get Poison Ivy right or something like that before you do that.
I love that. Motherfucker should have wore his brown pants.
You know what that means.
Even when we're trying to save them, they scream at us. Chicks, right?
God, women.
Dude, this is a great fight scene too with the axes.
I know every time that I get in an argument, I have a chest next to me that has two pickaxe hybrids. This was like the trailer shot right here. Like this
Yeah,
scene's
it's like
incredible.
he's got the thing from the Hunger Games just like hanging out next to him.
So he can't feel pain. Does that mean he can like feel other things? If you know what I'm saying?
Like emotion? I don't think so.
Yeah. This is a question that people at home are wondering, so let's just get it out there. Colossus, what's the erection situation? Because yes, technically he's always hard. you know.
He just gets harder than others.
Right, but even flaccid, he's hard, right?
He's just like a dildo?
But, like, made of steel.
See, that's not the way that I would pull a sword out of... I wouldn't use my hands like that.
Nice.
You ever wonder?
I just want to apologize again to our fans. We are watching way too much.
I know
of this
we're
movie.
not talking much, but
I also don't dig the tit tat at all.
I've never been a fan of that and thigh tattoos. Never been a fan of.
Not really a fan of any tattoos on girls. Maybe the lower back, I guess, as a high school mistake, but other than that, nah.
yeah. See this, man. This like okay. Well, they got me back in now.
This came out of nowhere too. Whenever they did
With the cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't overdo it. I was worried they were going to go into like full like Roger Rabbit mode. God, the soundtrack is really good.
I was just about to say that.
Klaus is kind of in love too.
Oh yeah, you know Clausen would hit that if he could.
I mean, him and this chick would get freaky.
Oh, it'd be dirty.
Think about their
dirty.
kid. My God, it'd be an athlete. You probably just want to be. You probably just want to paint or something.
I was gonna say, their luck, he would be like a clarinet player. It's my passion, Mom. Fuck you. Oh yeah, I bet you would like if I was into fascist sports. What? What does that even mean, Trevor?
They would name it Trevor.
Yeah. Not a bad idea, though.
No, I mean not really a good idea, but definitely not a bad idea.
So the second movie, is she going to be in it? Like, what do we like? Obviously, nothing's been official, but like, what do you think? Is Vanessa involved?
I don't think she can be because if Cable's going to be in it, there's either some sort of time travel, right, or it's going to happen that long in the future.
She can be in it. I don't think there's going to be any time travel at all. They need to just keep this simple. There's going to be no tie into the
they're gonna fuck up the X-Men continuity then.
You know what else?
Can I handle this one? Can I handle this one?
Sure.
So the X-Men continuity had already fucked up 4 times over?
Nope. Look, I told you, if we have 45 minutes, I can explain it to
Geiger, what you should have said was...
You had an hour and a half on our very first episode ever of the Broforce Squad, and we still couldn't fucking make sense of it.
Banner, you know what fucks up the X-Men continuity?
X-Men?
Movies?
An X-Men movie. That's what fucks it up.
Look, I'm not saying... They're not for the...
Human.
Let's see, how do I put this?
People that like movies that actually make sense. I know. They're not for them.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure a Fox movie made it further than a DCEU movie.
We got The Dark Knight.
It's not a DCEU movie, though.
We're just beginning. Our great movies are upon us.
No, they're not. You yourself keep saying Warner Brothers.
We have Wonder Woman. We have Gotham City
Brothers gonna fuck it
Sirens.
up, but in theory, our great movies are upon us.
Fair enough. All right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because I'm a nice guy.
What is that
Aquaman
noise on the
Logan.
mic, Banner? Jesus.
Aquaman could be as good as Logan.
I will agree with that.
Yep.
Only because of Momoa.
Banner, please stop that with the cord. It's very loud.
Jesus.
What's your deal,
It's a little
bro?
aggressive. A little aggressive.
Yeah, it was. Why'd you do that? Guys, I have good news. Breaking as we're on the pod. I'm reading that Beyonce is the favorite to play Nala in the live-action Lion King.
Not bad about it. Not happy
Depends
about it,
on
but not
who's
mad about it.
Only if Jay-Z is Simba.
Who else would be Simba?
I don't know, maybe Donald Glover, who's already been cast as it.
Well, there's
Yeah, he is old Simba.
Last I checked, there was 2 Simbas. Jay-Z's young Simba, obviously. Yo, it's Nala, my girlfriend. We in the building.
He's just selling rocks behind Pride Rock, just trying to fucking, get a couch for his apartment, just trying to live.
You know who was, well, him and the hyenas, you know the hyenas definitely sell weed.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's get back to the task.
Hova went through that, so hopefully we don't have to go through that.
Colossus is like, yo, I found this kinky-ass chick. Do you have her number by chance? They left.
Did you get her first name? I could just search her occupation and probably find her on social media.
I'm pretty good on Facebook. What?
Unless it's like Ashley or something, then there's no way.
Unless you suppose it like ASHLEI, then I could probably find her. He's like, did you just kill that guy in front of me? I mean, only a lot.
See, it's awesome too that he actually killed the villain at the end in a funny way.
That's why I always have spoiler alert for Man of Steel here. So fast forward 15 seconds, but that's why I always have respect for Man of Steel for what they did at the end of that. Yo, this chick can fight.
See, and this again goes back to your heartstrings back into story a little bit. I mean, he conveys the remorse here, and there's obviously still love between them.
She did a fantastic job in this, and I know the next movie we're going to watch is The Dark Knight, so I'm going to sing her praises while Maggie Gyllenhaal's fucked up face just fucks up the movie that we're going to watch here in a couple hours.
I thought that was Jake that did that one.
Jake is the good-looking one.
They could have put a wig on Jake. He would have been hotter than Maggie.
I would fuck Jake. I wouldn't fuck Maggie. You can quote me on that.
Especially Jake from Southpaw.
Oh God, yeah. My wife just hummed me. I don't know. Jesus. Guess she's wet and ready to go.
She doesn't know what his face looks like yet, so she's like, oh.
It's honestly, it's hard to make me miss Katie Holmes, but I was even like, dude, where's Katie Holmes at?
This bit that's about
getting fucked by some alien in the Scientology Bible.
When they take his mask off, this bit is fucking hilarious. And you know,
yes, it's very, very funny.
Ryan Reynolds brought it up, and they were like, come on, man.
I think this is his attempt at trying to keep Hugh Jackman in as Wolverine.
It's fucking hilarious.
Jesus Christ. He's like obsessed with Hugh Jackman. It's ridiculous.
He is a good-looking SOB. Let's
for sure.
Oh,
be honest.
100%.
This line from her is one of the most romantic things I've ever heard in my life coming up. Chin up, sport. True love.
Yep.
You got it. You got it.
Wow. But he still has like a rock hard body, so I mean he's got that going for him.
He didn't stop hitting the gym.
So Beast, stop shitting on my lawn.
Sinead O'Connor, 1990. I hope that he doesn't ever join the X-Men in these movies.
I don't think he will.
He will. Fox will fuck this up.
Well, they're gonna do X-Force in the third one apparently.
They'll fuck it up.
Are they gonna do New Mutants and tie that into X-Force?
I don't know. I know I try and defend the continuity, but trying to.
You have
It's
to,
your
and
blind loyalty. I
respect
understand
you for that.
I respect it in a way.
It's hard. It really is.
What a great song to close out on.
The entire soundtrack is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Before the end, I got to use the facilities.
So, do you think that did Fox had to pay Marvel for the use of the helicarrier here?
Nah, they probably still have the rights to that.
It's like I guess it's like a general right. I don't know.
Directed by Tim Miller. Not no more though. Backed out of Deadpool 2. There you go, fans. That is one of the final 4 movies that we want you to vote on. Deadpool, facing up against The Dark Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Winter Soldier. Now, the Bro Force Squad on our movie commentaries, we do 2 things. We get really super fucking hammered. The other thing we do is just spin-off movies. So, since Jeff is in the pisser, Banner, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll go first because mine. I feel a little weak about this.
Okay, let's lead with the weakest then.
Yeah. So, you guys remember at the beginning of the movie we met a small little character named Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember Jeremy? Well, Jeremy took Wade Wilson's advice and decided, you know what, I'm going to get my shit together. And assistant manager at the pizza place that he was working at position opened up. He applied for it. He worked really hard and submitted his resume, and he didn't get it.
Fuck.
Yeah. So he was like, you know what? Fuck this place. And he quit the pizza place. He actually started working at a Burger King then. He moved up to the drive pool. What's it called? Drive-through. Thank you.
Close. You're close enough.
You couldn't remember what a fucking drive-through was?
It's close enough, Jeff. Jesus, give it to him.
Well, it said Deadpool across the movie, and then I got confused.
Okay, fair enough.
You don't putt out 3 foot putts on this podcast. We'll give it to you. Go ahead, Banner.
Yeah. All right. Look, he became an assistant manager of the night shift in 1 month.
Wow.
At a Burger King.
Jesus.
That's all it took him.
Meteoric rise. You don't rise that quickly unless like your fucking uncle owns the establishment.
That's what I'm saying. Told you it was weak. Next.
All right, I'll go next because I know Jeff has a really good one. So we all remember Blind Owl, the black woman that took in Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
So Wade Wilson, we never know what really happened to his parents. So Blind Owl adopts him. So that's Wade's mother now. And since Deadpool is going to join a team, like Banner said, X-Force has a really good team, but they're a little weak off the bench. They need somebody that can like pull in like 3 points, maybe 5 boards and 4 fouls a game. So they pick up Delonte West. And then, of course, since Delonte West is teammates of Deadpool and he has a mother, Delonte West fucks Big Al, Blind Owl. because Delonte West already fucked LeBron James's mother in real life, so he's gonna fuck Deadpool's new adopted mother in my movie.
Some
And that's
things,
the end.
some things never change. And honestly, Delonte West could use the paycheck.
He could, and he could definitely use more mothers to fuck. It's that he's probably finding it hard since he's not on the NBA team now.
You can call the movie like Rich Get Richer, because that's basically the Delonte West story.
I was gonna call it Motherfucker 5 because there's already 4 of them on RedTube. I looked up. So
Motherfucker Jones. All right. Well, I appreciate Geiger you taking over hosting duties for a second while I was relieving myself in the restroom.
Conceived. Yeah.
We're a team here. Like
Exposed.
next man up. That's how we operate. So
I'm hammered.
Same here. Last spin-off movie. So what does everyone love? A good versus evil. Hero defeats the villain. Someone that everyone is just like, oh god, get that guy. So mine is not really going to stray too much, if at all, actually, from the Deadpool sequel that we currently have planned. So Deadpool and the second funniest person on Earth, who we all know who they are, I don't even need to say their name, they're going to go head-to-head. One of them needs to kill the other. So Deadpool and Cable are going to unite to kill the second funniest person on Earth. So Deadpool is going to have Cable and Bishop tell him all they know about time travel, and they're going to go back in time, and they're going to prevent Amy Schumer from ever being born. Because how fucking funny is Amy Schumer, guys?
She's hilarious.
She's
really
fucking
funny.
She has sex. She's fat. She makes fun of both. It's fucking awesome.
It's the fucking best. She's so funny, so original. So I'm just going to have the two funniest people ever, Deadpool versus Amy Schumer. Deadpool and Cable travel back in time, murder Amy Schumer's parents before she's ever born, and knock on wood, maybe someone will get some ideas from this movie. I'm not saying what they are. Maybe it's a graphic novel. Maybe it's fan fiction. Maybe you kidnap Amy Schumer. I don't know.
She's a chick every guy wants. You want a chick that goes to the movies, eats nachos, farts on you, and then has sex and then makes jokes about it.
And then
it's
is really loud and belligerent about it. Yeah, that's the one you bring home to mom. I think it is. And on that high note, as is tradition, that will end our Deadpool commentary for the Bro Force Squad. We did this
Banner,
movie.
wake up.
I'm up, man.
He's so drunk.
Guys, I'm pretty drunk right now.
As is tradition. Guys, be sure to check out the rest of our Comic Movie Madness tournament. Deadpool is in the Final Four. We're going to need your guys' help voting on who the champion is and the best comic book movie of all time. And while you do all that and to follow along with everything...
End credit scene, Cable.
Yeah. And while you do all that and follow along with us, like us on Facebook, Bro4 Squad Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, @Bro4 Squad. The two places you can subscribe to us, and you're going to want to, YouTube and iTunes, Bro4 Squad, 3 words. And if you can somehow crank up the internet at your house, check us out at bro4squad.com. For the mad scientist in his lab, Brian Banner, our enforcer in the paint, Matt Geiger. I'm your host, Jeff Hornacek. We will catch you next time, and X gon' give it to you.